everyone, this is Jackie Williams. In this video, I want to share with you some variations of a template and showing you how you can use a card sketch to create lots of different designs. So I have recently completed a card sketchbook along with the help from my daughter and her husband. And this book contains 30 card sketches plus 3 variations of each, so a total of 120 card designs. And for this video, I will be using this sketch here. So I'm just wanted to share with you how we have set up the book. So you have your vertical card, and we have it in letter and A4 sizes. Sometimes it's the same, but sometimes it's not. And all the measurements are in inches though, and then we show what the card looks like when it's flipped. And then we have the horizontal version, and then the measurements that go with those. And again, sometimes it's the same as the vertical, but a lot of times it actually isn't. And then just pictures of what it looks like flipped. And then we also reconfigured it in a square with the measurements and also as a slimline with the measurements. So there are lots of ideas with each sketch, and there are 30 of these in the book, and the link for the book is in the video description. So let's make a card using this simple sketch, and then I'll show you some variations after we've made our card. So for this one, I'm going to use the Thankful Garden, which is a stamp set that comes with, or I should say a bundle that comes with a stamp set, dies, and masks or stencils, whatever you prefer to call them. So let's start first with getting our flower ready. So I have stamped the hydrangea in Memento Black, and now we're going to use the masks to color it in. Now you could just color it in with your blends or watercolors or watercolor pencils, whatever you like to use. Now, what I taught my students in class was to position the flower so that it's vertical, and then you'll put your mask so it's horizontal, or so that little notch is in the upper right hand corner, and then you should be pretty close to that fitting around the flower. Now for mask number 1, I'm going to use Pool Party, and there's enough ink already on there. And then mask number 2, I will use Highland Heather. And again, we'll position this so it's vertical or horizontal. And then just blend in your color. You can go light or dark, or have darker areas and lighter areas. Okay. And then for mask number 3, I'm going to use Highland Heather again, but I'll just get a little more ink on there. You could mark where the notch is, if that helps. I've just done this enough times that I kind of know how it fits. Okay, we're just doing that darker of the same color. And beautiful, you get that nice color variation. So quick and easy using these. And then we'll just quickly do the leaves. And this is Old Olive. And then just a little bit of the detail here. Just using Old Olive again, just another layer of it. Okay, so that was very quick. Now then we will use the die and cut this flower out, and we'll end up with something that looks like this. So set that aside, and let's go ahead and build our card now that we have our flower ready. I'm just putting a background layer of basic white. You could emboss this. I'm just going to keep this demonstration fairly simple. I like to have that additional layer there. Okay, now we need to decide if we want our card horizontal or vertical. I think let's go horizontal because I have another sample that's vertical. And if we want to have the gray wood paper or the blue, I think I'm liking the gray, so let's go with that. Now, so I have cut those according to the measurements on the template, and I'm just going to mat them onto the basic beige. So what I did is I followed the template to cut the basic beige. And because I wanted then another layer, I just cut the wood papers a little bit smaller. And you could just use your pencil and make notes of that so you don't have to rework out the measurements again later. Now then, we want to decide if we want to have the wood like that, or the paper like with the small on the right or the left. I think I like it on the left-hand side. There we go. And then we'll just put our flower over top. I think I'm going to put it a little more towards the center so that we can actually see that gap there. If I put it here, you won't see it at all. So I'm just going to put it maybe like this. Okay, then I want to add some linen thread. We'll tie a nice double bow. Sorry, I'm just seeing how absolutely dirty my hands are. Actually, I think we'll just go for a single bow. And then I have heat embossed the words and cut those out on black. And now I used my scissors for that so that I didn't have too much black, which I thought was going to be too heavy for a floral card. You can use the edges or your mini dimensionals for this. And that can go out to the side here. Now we just want to add some gems, and these purple shimmer gems are a good choice. There we go. And there is our finished card using the sketch number 4 in the Design Spark book. And you can see that actually I turned it this way, and instead of using a label, and you certainly don't have to use a flower, it just means any embellishments. Anyway, I've just moved it to where I felt looked correct. So here's one that I made earlier using the other flower in the Thankful Garden stamp set, and you can see that this one is rotated the other way. So you have the flexibility to change the layouts to suit whatever style or images or colors that work with your project. Okay, let's set those aside. Now I want to show you a few other samples using the vertical and horizontal versions of this card sketch. So this is another one using the vertical card sketch, and this one I've just used the beautiful gallery papers, and instead of having a main focal point that's separate, this time I've made the background kind of the focal point, and then just added some words across the two sides of the card. I think these papers are just beautiful. And then here's a horizontal version using papers out of the same pack, but has quite a different look, and just oriented that the other direction. Okay, now then I made some samples using the square version. These are from the Beautiful Gallery papers and the Beautiful Gallery suite. So just changed up the sizes, obviously, to fit the square. And this time, instead of one image or label going across, I chose 3. And I've used actually the back sides of those papers, which are a little bit softer, and they're perfect for stamping on. And then this sample, I've just switched the two sides so that, reversed them, and then kept it quite simple so that the papers were the star of the show. And for this sample, I've used the Notes and Totes bundle, which is coming in the new catalog in May 2025. And this was just a really fun one with all sorts of cute little things that you can put in your tote bag. And again, as opposed to having the background pieces be the main image, for this one, the background pieces are quite, subtle, and then the main image straddles across the two of them. So you can do it either way. And then I want to show you a few samples using the Slimline measurements. So I made a lot of these samples using those beautiful gallery papers. So these two are essentially the same, using those floral papers again, but I oriented one horizontal and one vertical, and these background squares are broken up into 3. And then for this one, I used the Trusty Tools stamp set and the Timeless Plaid papers as a background for just a really quick card for somebody who is handy. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. I hope you enjoyed that and got a little inspiration about using card sketches and how it can just use that to spark your ideas and then just start playing with it and modifying. So they're really there to just get the inspiration started. Again, check in the video description if you would like to download your copy of the Design Spark card sketch inspiration book. And thank you so much for joining me. This is Jackie Williams, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.